the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know what y'all been told. Show that low back on the map, what's up? That's what happening there. And you know I keep flirt. 17.5, same color t-shirt. So what's happening there? I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I'm hustling. Got units in the city. If you want it, come and get it. Work, whoa. Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Don't look surprised, they can't hold me. I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm hard to lock up. You can beat me, still hard to lock up. Hit the west side, I made them stand up. CEO, Colonel, whatever they call me. Niggas gain weight, they obese. They done got fat, it's that time. Jenny Craig, now they show the low back. Oh, made them stop that, they didn't want that. People will make them suckers lean back, way back. Cause I'm the man, yeah, bitch, I'm the man. Catch me in the club, popping rubber band, cause I can. I like to stun a lot, see me in the parking lot. 645, the roof gone, yeah, I drop the top. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man, I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. The cars, the hoes, the life I chose. The ice is froze, my flow is cold. I'm hot for show, you know it's low. I been getting money way back in 94. The bass, my trap, and you know it be on fire. Before hell ain't get money, that's a motherfucking lie. Already got money, can't you look at me, dummy? I'm laced head to toe. Look how the way your whole show. Bankroll, unfold, I made it rain on them ho. Oh, fold, double on them ho. Bubba Kush, I blow, leave the smell on your clothes. I'm getting money in the hood and they already know. Whoa, bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man, I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. All right, we're going to be streaming on YouTube, Facebook, as always, but we got Instagram open as well tonight. All right, we're going to leave Instagram open. I'm probably only going to be on about 30 minutes. All right, but if we go on longer than 30 minutes, we're going to shut Instagram down, and then those people got to come over to YouTube, right? All right, how's everybody doing? Moderators, we got moderators in here. All right, we are vertical, so we already know what happens when we go vertical with YouTube. So make sure moderators that y'all on point. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. Shout out to Great Polo. Shout out to everybody that's part of the MGM gang. Shout out to all the moderators. Jonathan, William, Ken. Is it Dunomi Enterprise? What's going on? Great Polo. How's everybody doing? All right, so real quick, I want to talk about rental trucks. This is something that comes up a lot. Some of you probably have already heard this time and time again. Obviously, if you've been following the channel for the past couple years, but it's a lot of new people. It's a lot of new people, and this is one of those questions that we got to touch on from time and time again. For some reason, I don't know, it's not tax season anymore, but we have a lot of new people entering into the space, a lot of new entrants, and the way they are entering is with a rental truck. All right, when we do the call-in show, we see them call in. Oh, I'm coming into the box truck business. I got a rental truck. Y'all already know. Y'all watch the show, so you know how it go, right? So I want to talk about rental trucks, right? My biggest YouTube video is the rental truck video, right? And that video has helped a lot of people successfully navigate renting a box truck, right? It has dispelled a lot of myths, and it's also giving people the information that they need when going in and renting a truck for the first time, right? They had a guy come up the other day who's talking about he's renting a truck. He's coming in, he's renting a truck. And the rate and the miles that he mentioned were just astronomical. They were crazy, right? So I want to talk about that real quick to put this content out there to kind of, update some of the older rental truck vehicles for new people that are coming to the space, right? Boom. Renting a truck. All right. Renting a truck now is a lot different than what it used to be, right? Renting a box truck back in the day. And when I'm saying back in the day, I'm not even really talking about back in my day, 12, 13, 14 years ago, even maybe 5 or 6 years ago, prior to the pandemic, 2019, 2018. It's a lot different now, right? And it's just like I say, coming into this business where I see a lot of people they're not mindful of their costs, right? Small profit margins in this business, right? All right. Very small, right? So you have to understand that coming in, and you have to enter as low as possible, right? You don't want to enter in with a high initial cost, right? You need a truck in order to enter into this business. I get it. All right. But I think renting a truck can work for you. And in most cases nowadays, I see it working against people. And I'm gonna tell you why it works against you. First, I want to tell you how to effectively, if this is the route that you want to go, how to effectively go into a rental truck company and rent a truck. All right. A lot of people go into these rental truck companies, and this is where you mess up at. You go into these rental truck companies and you run your mouth too much, right? You run your mouth too much. You talk too much. And what I mean by you talk too much is you tell these people your business. Let me explain to you how this rental truck business works, right? You have what's called an account manager, right? These people have a base salary plus commission, right? The more money you spend, the more money they get paid, right? So when you call and you say, hey, this is Joe Schmo, box trucker from 123 box trucking. I'm just now getting my DOT, my MC. I'm starting my box truck business. I'm calling to inquire about rates. When you say that, they automatically know, oh, we got us one. We got us somebody that's on the new, right? Just like the brokers. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do a show about the insurance brokers probably next. First thing they say is, oh, we got us one on the new. Like for some of y'all that's done been in the joint, you hit the deck and they be like, on the new. They see they got the one. You a novice, you wet behind the ears, and you running your mouth telling your business. Now they know you new. So guess what? They're gonna give you a new guy rate. Like everybody that we hear come up saying, $800, $900, $1,000 a week, 35 cents a mile. What Buddy said the other day, 35 cents a mile. Now, to a person who hasn't educated themselves on rates, they don't know if that's a good rate or if that's a bad rate. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to be profitable at 35 cents a mile. If ultimately your only way to get into this business is renting a truck, there's no way, especially if you run it hard, 35 cents a mile. What you don't want to do is call these companies and tell them you new. You want to educate yourself on how to speak to these people, because you have to negotiate. You have to understand the art of negotiation. You have to understand uh, why leverage is important. You want to leverage yourself. You want to leverage yourself by sounding like you know what you're talking about and sounding like this ain't your first rodeo. Right now, I'm going to give you the information that you need. Right. Back in the day when I was first getting started, when we were renting trucks, 26 footers for $450 a week, 10 to 12 cent a mile, right? That would come with 1,000 to 1,500 free miles a week, right? Now, some say, well, you can't get those prices today, but in actuality, you can. It's all about the leverage, and it's all about the art of negotiation. If you call a rental truck company, you call them and you say, hey, this is Joe Schmo from ABC Trucking. I'm, getting my box truck business started. I'm calling to inquire about rates. They know that you've never rented a box truck for your business because you own the new. So they're going to give you a new guy price. All right. Call these people and say, hey, I'm calling from Joe Schmo Box Trucking. I'm calling to inquire about a long-term rental. Keyword, long-term rental. All right. One reason why they give people on a new guy rate is because you already expect it to fail. Why? Because most new businesses fail. So they want to get as much money out of you as they can initially, because they don't expect you to be around long anyway. They don't expect you to be around long. So they want to get as much money up out of you off back. Stop calling these people all excited because you just got your DOT, your MC, and your BOC3 and all this shit, telling these people that you knew. It ain't none of their business. You there to do business. You there to get the best rate. And you know what they there for? To get as much money out of you as they can for the company, so that they can climb the corporate ladder and so that their paycheck can be fatter. Hi, I'm calling from Joe Schmo Box Trucking. I'm calling to inquire about rates for a long-term rental for a 26-foot box truck with liftgate. Now, one of the key words right there is long-term, right? If they can rent a truck out to you for 6 months, 9 months, a year, that's residual income for the company every single week. Also, by saying that, you've already stated what you want to that account representative, right? You told them what you want. So they already are under the understanding that you have already told them, look, I'm looking for a long-term rental. Right? Let them shoot you rates. Well, you know what? I'm looking for a long-term rental. I don't think that's going to be sustainable for what I have going on. I'm running a trucking business. We're coming up on our busy season, or I'm running a trucking business and we need an extra truck for a project, a long-term project that we're working on. I'm looking for a rate that is a little bit more beneficial for what I have going on for the long term. I don't think a rate of X amount of dollars a week and 32 cents or 35 cents a mile is sustainable. Well, Mr. ABC 123 Trucking Joe Schmo, what were you thinking about? I was thinking more like $500 a week, 12 cents a mile. They can take it or leave it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You're not going to be successful paying 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 a lot. Well, a lot of these guys that are coming to me saying that these companies are pitching to them or what they're already accepted and running, and then not understanding why they're not profitable. Just because they offer it to you don't mean you got to take it. And just because you can't find a cheaper rate for whatever reason doesn't mean you have to be so thirsty to come in at a high initial cost, which is basically setting yourself up for failure. As a business person, you have to learn and know when to walk away from certain things. Now, I'm not saying walk away from the business, but coming into something that is ultimately a recipe for failure, why even set yourself up for it? The only way you're going to be able to run in a box truck OTR, honestly, in the current day and age, right? That mileage cost got to be lower than 20 cents. And this is where a lot of people are dropping the ball, right? Because they don't do everything that they're supposed to do prior to entering into business. And one is knowing what it's going to cost for you to operate your business, parallel to what the average rates that are out here on the market currently. There's no way on God's green earth some of the rates that I hear people have agreed to or thinking about agreeing to. There's no way on God's green earth you're going to ever be successful paying that much, right? You can get lower rates. But guess what? The people that get lower rates are the people that understand the art of negotiation. You get what you negotiate. And if the negotiation doesn't go your way for that particular company, there's other companies. And just because none of the negotiations are going your way doesn't mean you just fold and accept what they offer you, which is a recipe for disaster and a recipe for failure. You have to find another way. That is what being a business owner is about. Figuring things out, problem solving. Right? Anything over 19 cents a mile, I think, is not worth it if you run an OTR. Anything over $125 a day for the rental, I don't think it's worth it. Well, Mark, they're not offering rates that low no more. You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. They do offer rates that low. You get what you negotiate. If you sound like you know what you're talking about, you'll be able to talk yourself into rates that they have to offer. Listen, these rental truck companies are cold calling people. They cold call me every other week. They cold called me out when I was either on a call or a coaching call or on a live stream, and I put the phone up to the speaker. What was it, about 5 or 6 months ago, and I let you hear how they talk to me and how I talk back to them to ultimately get to what I wanted. I just wanted to prove a point to y'all. It was ironic that they would call me while I was on a live stream. Anytime a truck rental company is cold calling you, that means they're desperate. That means you have the leverage. So if you have the leverage, if you get a cold call from Penske or Enterprise, cold call, that means trucks are sitting, means you have the leverage. Why would you accept 29 cents, 32 cents a mile? Well, Mark, I didn't know no better. Well, then that's still your fault too, because you didn't educate yourself. And as a business owner, you should understand what you're investing into. You should understand what you're investing into. The whole purpose of entering into a business is to make money. And I get it. Everybody can't come into the industry with a truck, right? A purchase truck. I get that. Some people have to start from humble beginnings. I was one of those people, right? But I didn't even start with a box truck. I started with a pickup truck doing odds and end jobs, and then worked my way up to a rental truck, and then from there worked my way up to purchasing a fleet of trucks, right? But if you're going to rent a truck, you have to understand that the rate that you're renting the truck at is very, very, very important, right? That rate, that weekly rate, is going to be part of your fixed cost. And in order to increase your profit margins, you have to lower your expenses. So you want to rent the truck as low as possible. Now I've just given you the rates that are out there. Not everybody is going to be able to get those rates. Only the people that are good negotiators, that understand leverage, are going to be able to get those rates. The people that aren't willing to just accept anything just to say, oh, they got a box truck and they're in the box truck business. The people who don't run their mouth too much and tell these account managers all their damn business. It's not the account manager's business that you're new. Like, why would you set yourself up like that? Don't you know they working off a commission? That's why they're called an account manager. They manage your account and they manage other people's accounts, and they're in competition with the fellow account managers to climb that corporate ladder and to increase their paycheck. If they're getting a kickback or a residual off your rental for each rental period, the more money they sell you that rental on, the higher their commission is. You get what you negotiate. If you aren't a good negotiator, then you're not going to make it very far in this industry anyway. Especially if you're running OTR, because guess what? You got to deal with brokers. So if you already failed at the art of negotiation from the very inception of your business with the truck rental, how are you going to effectively negotiate with brokers? And then when you come to me on the call-in show and you tell me what your rental cost is and I hold you accountable, I didn't know. Well, you're supposed to know prior to getting in, because you shouldn't invest into things that you don't understand. Well, Mark, is there anything that I could run with renting a box truck at a high cost? Because, man, in my market, they just not budging, maybe moving. Listen, if these people was charging me, let's say $1,000 a week for a rental truck and 30 cents a mile, and I'm doing local moving for a 26-foot box truck with a lift gate, I could take that, right? Because the truck ain't really burning up no miles, and I'm charging $200-$300 an hour, $250 truck fee, and I got a move every day that week. A couple hours on the first move gonna cover that $1,000 in miles for the whole week. Everything else is pretty much profit outside of my labor and my fuel. Why? Because that's a B2C business with a higher margin, right? You don't have any middleman. You're getting 100% of the revenue. You're dealing directly with the customer, dealing directly with the consumer, and you're charging hourly $200-$300 an hour, depending on what level you are in business, your level of skill set, your market, things of that nature. That's sustainable. But if you're running OTR where, you're burning miles, then it's not. If I had a truck that was scheduled for a move and for whatever reason, it was a 3 or 4 bedroom move, I know it's a $3,000-$4,000 job, and we had to rent a truck, let's say last minute, I would take that, right? Because you're still going to profit from it. It's not a big deal. But at that rate running OTR, no. Well, Mark, you don't have to pay for the mileages. Bullshit. Bullshit. You pay for the miles. No, you don't, Mark. Yeah, you do. No, you don't. I don't have to. Well, not the miles, the maintenance. I'm sorry. Mark, I don't have to pay for the maintenance. Bullshit. No, I don't. All the oil changes and the maintenance and it's free. All right. Okay. It's baked into the cost of the rental, right? This is what I don't be understanding. People call themselves business and they don't understand business. If you own the rental truck business and you purchase trucks to rent them out to make money on the rental, all the costs that are associated with the truck, if you're a smart business person, would be baked into the cost of the rental, right? So R&D, research and development, would determine if you buy a 2024 Freightliner, a 2024 Hino, a 2024 International, what the average yearly cost of maintenance would be for that vehicle. And then you bake that into the cost across the board of every customer that rents a truck. Each customer is going to pay a little bit of the maintenance cost for that vehicle. And if you're renting long term, then you are ultimately paying the maintenance cost. Whatever the maintenance cost is, it's baked into the cost of the rental. If you bought trucks to rent them out for a truck rental business and you didn't, you'd be a goddamn fool. The purpose of the truck is to make money. So whatever costs are associated with the truck should be paying for itself. That's business. So when people say this dumb shit because they heard somebody else say this dumb shit, this is why I look and then hold you accountable, because you come up here saying you're a business owner and you don't even understand business. If you buy a truck to run it over the road, do moving, do curbside, do final mile, whatever, the truck is an asset that you acquired to be a workhorse to make money. So if you were running a rental truck business, when all the costs associated with the truck, wouldn't that be baked into the rates that you charge consumers? Why would you pay for the maintenance when the truck should be paying for itself in every facet? It's just like your truck that you're running. When you go out and you make money and you add that money to cash flow, if you're not robbing from the sustainability of your business, when maintenance arises, the business should cover the maintenance. Why? Because each job that you charge a customer, whatever you charge, or each job that you accept, you should be making sure that every facet of the business, all the way down to how many times the tires roll on whatever trip, the wear and tear, that customer is paying for it. Each time that wheel turns, whatever little micro centimeter of rubber that's being burnt on that trip should be baked into the cost. You got to understand this stuff, right? It's very critical. So if you're coming in, renting a truck, be mindful of the rates. Be mindful that you're getting in the business to make money, and you need to make sure that your initial cost of entry is low as possible, right? You don't want to come in with a lot of a high cost of entry, and the main source of the main reason why your cost of entry is so high is because of you renting this expensive box truck, right? Practice the art of negotiation, understand leverage, right? Just the same way the rental account manager is looking to take advantage of you, find time periods where you could take advantage of them using leverage. When you do get a good rate, lock it in, right? If you're renting from Penske, they have what's called a 60-day lock-in. Inquire about it if they don't bring it to you first and say, hey, I want to lock this rate in for 60 days. Now, for 60 days, 2 months, you don't have to worry about them saying, oh, they're going to go up on the rate, and then in 60 days, renegotiate. Now, obviously, if the demand is there, they're going to want to go up on the rate, right? If the demand isn't there, then obviously you can keep that same rate, right? But you have to know what the sentiment of the market is every 60 days and be ready to negotiate. Business is a lot of negotiation when it comes to business, right? It's easy to say you have a business, but once you have a business, then you have to actively, daily do business. If you're not doing business, how can you effectively say you're a business owner, right? It's dog eat dog. So I've given you the rates that you should negotiate. Now, don't go in there and just say, no, I need this. Mark said you should give me this. No, you have to have a certain level of finesse with it. You have to have a certain level of poise and with it. You have to sound like this ain't your first rodeo. You got to do business, right? And a lot of these negotiation tactics and a lot of this information I'm giving you, it kind of works like similar with the insurance. Like a lot of the tactics that you see some of these account managers in the rental space use, you have brokers that, like, a lot of people think just because they call a broker, the broker, insurance broker, has their best interests at heart. No, they don't. They don't. For the same reason that the rental account manager doesn't. They're all looking to make money on you. Anything that's commission based, they're going to have their regulars that they'll give the cheapest rate to, but a person who they don't know, that's on the new, that's naive, that doesn't know any better, they're going to look to take advantage of you. And that's just what that is. All right. I don't want to see people come into this business fail because they saw something on Instagram or they saw somebody on YouTube tell them, oh, go run a box truck and then download a load board. It's not that simple. And then it all goes back to cost per mile, especially if you run an OTR. That fixed and variable costs that are associated with running a box truck is going to be factored into your cost per mile, which is going to determine what loads you can or cannot accept. And see, this is where all the bullshit comes in with people saying, oh man, stop taking cheap freight. Bullshit. There's no such thing, right? If you came in with a rental truck and you came in spending 32 cents, 33 cents a mile, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 a week, which is driving up your cost per mile. Hopefully you know your cost per mile, because so many people we see don't even know their cost per mile. But let's say you do know it and you come in naive with an expensive box truck rental, which is driving up your cost per mile, and then you the one running around on the internet following behind some of these creators that say, oh, stop taking cheap freight and all this shit. The reason why you saying that is because your cost is high. You can't get mad that the next person's cost per mile is lower than yours. If your cost per mile, let's say, is over $1.50, let's say $1.75, and you got this guy whose cost per mile is $1.10, and he takes something at $1.50 or $1.60, how can you get mad at him and say, oh, he's taking cheap freight? He's profiting on that. It's cheap to you because you got a high cost per mile because you came in with a high initial cost. This is a competitive industry. This is an industry that you chose to get in. Now, if you got in and you didn't understand the landscape of how this OTR thing works, then that's on you. It's competitive. It's a market. It's a spot market. The spot market was created with competition in mind. Otherwise, they would have kept it regulated, and they wouldn't have deregulated it in 1980 and created the spot market. The spot market was created to bring in more people, to create more competition, to ultimately keep rates low. More competition, lower rates. More competition, the lower the rates. The more competition, the lower the rates. So you have to keep that in the back of your mind. Understanding that competition equals lower rates is going to always force you to do everything in your power to keep your cost low. If you don't understand this, then you are 100% ultimately going to fail. I say it all the time. You can't get mad at a person who understands that. You can't say shit like, "Oh well, they're taking cheap freight." No, they're not. If this guy went out and bought a $13,000 box truck, and he's mechanically inclined, and he's done all the little things that needed to be done to the truck to get it up and going to run the road, and because he bought a truck cash that was very inexpensive, and his insurance is not much because his truck is aged, and the owner operator is a little older in his mid 40s and has a clean MVR. And because he entered at a very low cost and you're renting a box truck at an exorbitant rate, how can you get mad at that individual because his initial cost, his cost is fixed in his variable cost, and his total cost per mile is half of what yours is? You can't get mad because he's taking shit way less than what you can afford to take. You can't say, "Oh, he's taking cheap freight." No, he's not. He can afford to run it at that price and profit significantly because he did what was in his best interest. He came into this industry with low costs. His cost of entry was low. And not only did he enter with a low cost of entry, he does everything in his power day in and day out to keep his costs low. Understanding that the margin in this business is small. And the more money that is saved, the more money that's earned. That's the name of the game. See, nobody's going to tell you that. One, because they don't know it, and then if they do know it, they're not going to tell you that. That's what business. This is business. It's cutthroat. It's no such thing. You have to effectively find a way to sustain in whatever the economical climate of the market is at whatever time. That's just what it is. The rates are the rates, right? But coming in with a high initial cost because you didn't do your due diligence and you rented a box truck at a high weekly cost and high mileage is what's ultimately creating your demise. All right. All right, we're going to take a few questions. So I see some questions on Instagram. Let me see if it's coming up on the main page. No. All right, so question on Instagram. Do you think of a rental for OTR first 700 miles free, 19 cents a mile after resets weekly? I think anything free is good, right? I think 19 cents a mile is on the higher end of the spectrum, right? Because I say anything under 20 cents, so it fits in that spectrum, but it's on the higher end of the spectrum. I would still try to negotiate that down. I think I would try to go the next tier. I would try to negotiate down would be the 15 cent, and if possible, I would try to increase that 700 miles up to 1,000 miles. What's the weekly rate on that? How do you get a cost per mile rate in a rental? I have a video up to help you calculate your cost per mile formula. Go to my videos and watch the video, the cost per mile formula video. It's like less than 2 minutes, and that'll give you the formula to calculate your cost per mile, right? So obviously your weekly rate would go into your fixed costs, right? Your mileage is gonna variate, but whatever you're spending in totality for your rental is going to change from week to week based on your miles, right? And then you would redo that every week. But I got a video that's going of the formula to calculate your cost per mile, your fixed, your variable cost to equal your total cost per mile. Hey, I know you just got started, but I'm about to get ready for bed. I want to become a mentee. How do you go about that? So I don't do mentorship. I can coach you for free, but you have to call in on the call-in show and hit the link, and whatever questions or coaching you need would have to happen on the call-in show. How do you determine your cost per mile? I answered that already. All right, so I think that's all the questions I see on Instagram. All right. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. We got about 250 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. 252 people watching on YouTube. All right. Let's go answer some YouTube questions since that's where most people are watching from. Do you think realistically $750 a day for a rented box truck is possible? I think I answered that question for you on the live stream earlier. Absolutely, or yesterday. Yes, it's realistic. More than that. I was making more than $750 a day in a box truck over 10 years ago. It's definitely feasible today. Now, that all depends on the lane you're running with your box truck. If you're doing moving, then absolutely. If you're doing curbside, yes, depending on the account you're running. If you're doing big and bulky, yes, depending on the market and account you're running. If you're doing OTR, yes, depending on how you structure your loads. In all those lanes, you can make the money. Some it's more likely than others on a consistent day-to-day basis. Like obviously moving, you run a 26-foot box truck and you're doing 3-bedroom house moves and 2-bedroom house moves. I mean, even a 1-bedroom move, you're making more than $750. If you're running 1-bedroom, 3 guys at $200, let's say dollars an hour, 3 hours, $600 plus $150 truck fee, that's just $700 right there for 3 hours worth of work. If you got 2 other jobs scheduled for the rest of the day, then there you have it. A 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom that's going to easily take you somewhere between 8 to 12 hours, depending on the scope of the job. Depending on the market and how much you charge, you easily charge $200 to $300 to $350 an hour, depending on how many guys are on the job, plus truck and material costs. That's a couple $1,000 job in a day. So absolutely. Shout out to the last conversation for that 99-cent super chat. Appreciate that. Inside the Square Circle says my white glove contract has a minimum of $650 per day. Right, and that's his minimum. If he goes over the whatever the minimum stops is, there's an incentive for every stop after, and if he goes out a certain mile radius, there's an incentive for that as well. What are good motherboards to use? You mean load boards to use? You might want to look into DAT. I think you mean load boards, not motherboards. Is still profitable. I've been running first. Second rate. You said a second rate they give me was $440 at 22 cents a mile. If a truck rental company offered you a truck for $440 a week, I think that's a good rate. The 22 cents a mile is on the high. I think $440 a week is good. Penske wants to charge me $510 a week plus 25 cents a mile for a high roof cargo van. I think that's expensive for a van, but van rentals are high nowadays. Right. And we talk about this all the time. And someone asked me this in a comment section yesterday or early today. And one of the older video live streams I did, cargo van versus box truck, which one to choose. It was either in part 1 or part 2, right? And I talked about how there's a lot more opportunity for cargo vans, and I explained why, but I guess he didn't really understand, and this is a testament to that. There's a reason why cargo vans are selling for just about as much as 26-foot box trucks, and in some cases more. There's a reason why cargo vans are renting for just about as much as a 26-foot box truck, in some cases more, right? Give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna call you right back. Give me 10 minutes. I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna call you right back. All right. All right. The reason why is because the opportunities that are there, right? What the gig economy has brought into the economy, right? There's a lot of opportunities that are out there now that can be ran with a cargo van. There's a high demand for cargo vans. I think, and I'm just keeping it a buck, I think there's a higher demand for cargo vans than there are for box trucks, especially for local work, right? Because if there wasn't, the resale value on cargo vans wouldn't be high. The rental rates wouldn't be high. They're not cold calling people to rent cargo vans, but they're cold calling people to rent box trucks. If you look at the cost of box trucks for sale, they've gone down drastically. Go look at the cost of cargo vans. You got some cargo vans, 2,500s, 250s, extended length high roof going for more than 26-foot box trucks. Why do you think that is? Because they can get it. Why? Because the demand is there. Because the demand is there. But I wouldn't rent a cargo van for that much. Shout out to all the MGMs. What's going on, Kent Hooten? How's everybody doing? Inside the Square Circle says, I negotiate with budget for 40 a week, 15 cents per mile. But for every mile, that's the only drawback. Well, 40 a week is definitely good. I think 15 cents a mile is decent, right? If you could negotiate down to maybe 12 cents a mile, I think that was good. If you can also see if you can negotiate 1,000 free miles in there, I think that'll ultimately also be good. It's all about negotiation. Listen, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't ask, you'll never know, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. All right, shout out to everybody that's coming in. Yes, if you're licensed with the authority, you're gonna need to acquire insurance, right? To run loads, right? So you're gonna have to contact a broker, and you're gonna have to put commercial insurance on the rental truck. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody that is watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that is watching on Instagram. All right. So I think let's go back over to Instagram. Let me see where I left off. I wanted to become a member. I answered that. That boy Joe Fat, why did you exit the business if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind at all. I've talked about this since I started YouTube, before I even exited the business. I exited the business because it was the top of the market, right? It was the top of the market, and my tenure was done. I saw an opportunity to get out, so I did. In hindsight, 2 years later of being out, I know I made the right decision, right? I would have still had a fleet of trucks, and I probably wouldn't have had enough people to run the amount of trucks that I had at that time, right? Now, still today. Why? Because it's still hard finding people to work, especially in the lanes that I was in. All right. Luckily for me, during the 13 and a half years that I was in the business, I did what I was supposed to do. I made the right investments. I owned all my equipment. So I was able to sell my equipment at inflated rates. You're talking about I'm selling trucks after 12, 13 years that we put hundreds of thousands of miles on and, work the shit out of for 2 to 3 times the amount that I bought them for. That never happens. Only a smart or only a stupid business person wouldn't have saw that as being the top of the market and held on to all that old equipment when they could have sold that old equipment at profit. When can you ever sell depreciating asset at profit, especially vehicles? Never happens, right? But like I said, in hindsight, now 2 years after the fact, yeah, I'm glad I did. Now, when I did it, I did it because it made sense at the time, but I didn't know what would happen. Like I never lived through a pandemic before. I didn't know if people's attitudes and sentiment towards work would go back to the way it was prior to the pandemic. I didn't know that, right? I made a smart decision. I'm glad I did make that decision, right? I did hold on to 2 trucks, and I've done recent live streams going up to the yard, starting the trucks up, letting them run. The reason why I kept those 2 trucks as an insurance policy that if I did make the wrong decision, or not even the wrong decision, right, because I profited on the exit, that after the pandemic was over, and let's say the sentiment went back to normal prior to the way it was prior to the pandemic, I should say, I would still have 2 trucks, right? And I could build back up from there, right? Now, here we are 2 years later. The sentiment is the same as it was during the pandemic. It's probably worse. People still don't want to work. The cost of trucks have corrected themselves and gone down drastically. And I would have been sitting like, damn, you mean to tell me a truck that I paid $15,000 for, $12,000 for, $8,000 for, I could have sold for 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. I didn't take that opportunity. And now I'm sitting here with these trucks and not nobody run it. I'd have been kicking myself every day. Right. So that's another part of being a smart business owner, understanding the industry, understanding the market, right? Knowing when to get into something, knowing when to get out of, not holding on too long. It's like the same as the stock market. You could buy an asset and you could hold on too long to the point where you get caught left holding the bag. If I would have held on, I would have been an individual that got caught left holding the bag. All right. So I had a long, illustrious career, and I got it at the top of the market, right? Why was it the top of the market? Because of the volume that came in, right? Because of no manufacturing, because plants had closed, so new trucks weren't being manufactured, because of the influencers and creators that were pushing the narrative of get rich by buying a box truck, which drove a whole bunch of supply into the industry, and there wasn't enough vehicles to go around to satisfy everybody, which drove up the rate. Same thing like the used car market during the pandemic. Used cars were going for sky high. Why? Because there weren't any new cars. There wasn't anybody in the plants to build them. So used cars went through the roof. Same thing with the trust. Why you have people buying $25,000 8-year-old, 9-year-old box trucks that are going for $25,000 now that were worth $25,000 then. They were buying them for $70,000 or $80,000. And these are the guys that are saying people are taking cheap rate because they bought a $25,000 truck for $80,000 and they stuck right now. If they still around, which a lot of them aren't, paying $4,000 or $3,500 for a truck that they really should have took their $20,000 PPP money and damn near cashed out on it if it wasn't, the pandemic, because that's what the truck was worth in the first place. So you have to know how to read the market. You got to know how to read the room. I'm renting a truck from the summer to the end of winter, and I got those tips from you. Okay, yeah, from the video. Cool. Thanks for listening. What are good specs for a cargo van? I always encourage people to get an extended length high roof. All right. The more capacity you have, the better. Presents you with more opportunities to do a variety of different things in the truck. I'm missing my damn notifications. Kobe, I know they got me shadow banned. So you're gonna have to unsubscribe and resubscribe so you can get the notifications again. All right. Is it smart to get a rental truck with the new MC? I don't know if you just joined, but you got to go back and watch the beginning of the live stream. I answered that question for you. Is it Je ne sais quoi? Je ne sais quoi 85. I answered that question at the beginning of the live stream, so you got to go back and watch the replay. Shout out to Admiral and shout out to all the moderators in the building. All right. Any more questions? All right, I'm gonna do another one probably in another day or so. We're gonna get into insurance. We're gonna touch on these little short, quick hitter quitters just to get all the new subscribers and new people entering the space that don't want to go back and look at all that old buried content up to speed. I'm not promoting. I'm just gonna do it whenever I get time on the fly. Shout out to everybody that was just in the members only live stream that's about to run up that M. Shout out to all the members only that was just in that members only live stream that's gonna run up that bag in the next couple you digs. So what's up, Dun Beezy? How many miles does final mile delivery average weekly? That all depends on your market and what route they give you. You got some final mile routes that are out of market routes. They run out of market. You got some final mile routes that run 150 miles out. Here's the thing. Those rural areas have to get service too, Those rural areas that are way downstate or way out of the way, those trucks are coming from the major cities. They don't build those logistics companies in rural areas with towns with small populations. They build them off of highways near populated areas. And then they have contractors travel to those lower density areas and deliver, whether it's an overnight or out of market delivery, or whether it's a quick little 150-mile radius route, a couple hours downstate or upstate, depending on where you're at. So these guys are coming from the major market. I remember some years ago, I was doing a move, and we moved somebody from Chicago. It wasn't even a move. We took a dresser or something, I can't remember, from Chicago to Indianapolis, right? 3.5 hours away. And we were doing the drop off. All right, Instagram, gonna have to come over to YouTube. Instagram is cutting you off. So Instagram people, come over to YouTube. All right, but anyway, we was down in Indianapolis doing a delivery, and there was a truck, a 26-foot box truck, doing a final mile delivery as well. And I saw the plates; it was Illinois plates. So they was delivering, I think it was a washer and dryer in the apartment next door. I'm like, man, y'all from Chicago? And they was like, yeah. I'm like, damn, y'all came all the way down here to do this delivery. They was like, our route is in Indianapolis. I'm like, y'all drive from Melrose Park to Indianapolis every day? I was like, yep. So they get less stops because they have to spend 3.5 hours driving to Indianapolis and 3.5 hours driving back. So you figure 6 to 7 hours travel, and instead of doing what they would do locally up in the Chicagoland area, maybe 10 stops, they doing like 4 stops down there, because a lot of the time it's been driving. The reason why is because there was no owner operators applying down there. I see it all the time. The recruiter for the Midwest for like JB Hunt Final Mile is always recruiting out of Chicago to service Indianapolis for Final Mile. They just don't have enough people signing up, right? So this crew would travel every day, right? So it all depends. Inside the square circle. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. What are good states around NC for box truck loads? I'm running out of NC. What are good states around NC for box truck loads? You're running. So you're running OTR, right? If I were you, I'd try to work my way to the Midwest. I try to work my way to the Midwest. SC, you can look at SC. You can look at Tennessee. Shit, you can look at Virginia, and then compare that to the Midwest. Here's the thing: your box truck is your office. You got to go where the money is at and where the opportunity is at, right? You can't really, well, I can't, everybody's situation is different. But if I were getting into OTR box truck, I would go where the money was at. That's what I would do. All right, but you can look into SC, you can look into Tennessee, you can look into Virginia. You said you in Louisiana. 16-foot truck, 350, extended high roof. Oh, 16-foot box truck or 350 extended high roof, which is better for the buck? That 16-foot box truck, if you're talking about buying, that's going to be shit. Even renting, you probably going to come out cheaper renting and or buying a 16-foot box truck than a 350 extended high roof. The extended high roof to buy is going to be a pretty penny. To rent is going to be a pretty penny. 16-foot box truck, depending on where you're looking, you can get probably one of them for $10,000 all day. I'm finna sell one. I'm finna sell one of mine. So you're definitely gonna come out cheaper on a 16-foot box truck. Now, opportunity wise, man, I think your opportunities, they're not limited, but I think with that 350 extended high roof, I think you can do. See, this is where I think I confuse people. I don't want to say you can do more shit, but you can get a lot more shit done, if that makes any sense. Meaning that 16-foot box truck, you can do, let's say, like office supply, local delivery, right? You can do small moves up to 2 bedrooms. But with that 350, you can do office supply shit. You can do small moves, maybe up to a small junior 1 bedroom. But you can also do gig shit that doesn't require that much of a truck as well. If you had a 16-foot box truck and you want to supplement doing gig work, that 16-foot box truck would be overkill dragging it to Amazon Flex or dragging it to some of these different opportunities where it's just too much truck with a job. Whereas that 350, it's a lot of truck or a lot of van, not as much as a 16-foot, but still a lot, and then not too much at the same time. Because you can easily do that Office Depot or staple stuff and then comfortably take it and do an Amazon Flex, let's say Whole Food gig work, right? Or do something on Roadie or do something on GoShare and just don't feel like it's overkill, right? Because you're in a van. You can hit the road in that thing and do little short, long, little mid distance or downstate, little quick hitter quitters and be more efficient than taking that big old truck to run maybe say let's something small as an end table 2-3 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Because the customer has a price point that they want to pay, but the cost that'll be associated with running a 16-foot box truck to do something that small is higher than what you would be able to charge if you took a van. So that's what I say. It's like it's me personally, what I would do, depending on the cost and the type of money, if I was coming in and I had to make that decision, what I would be working with at that time, I would probably go for the van. Me personally, in this day and age, I would probably go for the van. It's all good. Kobe says he runs a route like that. He sends one truck 2 hours away daily, average about 250 miles a day. See, that's what I'm saying. It all depends on the market and route. Those rural areas still have to get service. They have to get service. Somebody has to service them, right? So obviously those routes pay more, but it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of driving. I always stayed away from those routes. I did one route like that I've talked about before for Select, which is the reason why I acquired truck number 4, and that's why I bought that truck new. If you watch the montage video, that was one of the I think that was the first truck that I wrapped. That was the first truck that I wrapped, and I explained why I wrapped that truck. Oh, your crew starts tomorrow. Congratulations. All right. Any more questions? We got 160 people in here right now. Any more questions? Shout out to 5-Star Logistics in the building. 5-Star side dropped off a load at Amazon around 3 a.m. and there were flex drivers picking up to deliver that early. Definitely. There's things that I order on Amazon and I get when I get to the pay screen and say overnight delivery 4 to 7 a.m., 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. I've ordered stuff on Amazon and it was delivered at 4:30 in the morning. So I would assume these people are there sometime after midnight picking this shit up. But yeah, I've had things delivered to me. I've chosen next day early AM delivery, and I've had Amazon Flex drivers deliver shit at 4 in the morning. Actually, the Amazon Flex drivers that deliver 4 in the morning, they go the extra mile. Obviously they have access to the building. I think that shit is called one key access or whatever it is. But they don't leave the stuff in like the designated mailroom area. Every time I have something from Amazon that gets delivered overnight, they always bring it to my unit door and leave it in the door. I noticed that. So shout out to all the Amazon overnight flex people that be at the Amazon facilities at 12, 1, 2 in the morning so that they can get to those 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. delivery. Shout out to all I dropped see All right, man. Anybody else? We got 200 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Any more questions before I get out of here on rental trucks and things like that? Once again, shout out to everybody that just was in the members only live stream. Take a few more questions before I get out of here. Okay. Why is that? I didn't say, hey, Siri. Hey, man, what's up? Shout out to all the moderators. We didn't get hit that bad tonight, huh? You know why, moderators? Because right now it's probably, I don't know what the time zone these cats be in. But yeah, we didn't get hit that bad. So yeah, it actually was pretty modest, or pretty straight, I should say, tonight. All right, cool. Any other questions before we get out of here on rentals, box truck, whatever? Let me know. Any more questions before we get out of here? Said 20 minutes into the stream. Shoot, we an hour and damn near 20 minutes into the stream. This shit didn't even feel like an hour. Like, man, this shit crazy. So I'm new to the truck game, running out of Raleigh, North Carolina. My challenge is getting over that 180 a day MC hump. You knew. Welcome to the industry. Welcome to the industry. Yeah, I just think it's late, and I think a lot of those overseas people, they probably like sleep or some shit right now, depending on what time it is. So shout out to Dun Beezy. Make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all turn those notifications on. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out the door. If there's no more questions, I'm about to skedaddle. Bro, can I borrow $427?
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know what y'all been told. Show that look back on the map. What's up? That's what happening there. And you know I keep flirt. 17.5, same color t-shirt. So what's happening there? I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man, got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend, I'm hustling. Got units in the city, if you want it, come and get it. Work, whoa. Bitch, I'm the man, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend.
Andrew Cole said, can he borrow $427? Man, I don't know you, family. Of course it's no. I don't know you, fam. $427 for what? All right, we're going to do this, big dog. We're going to do this, big dog. We're going to do this, big dog. I will drop the link before I get out of here. I want to know what you need it for. There go the link. What you need that shit for, fam? I'm getting charged $1,200 on a rider rent. That is a decent price. If you paying $1,200 a week, for a rider rental, No! I'm trying to go to Africa this summer. Well, man, get out and go do some DoorDash, go do some Uber, some Lyft, go do some Grubhub, go cut some grass, go do some Amazon Flex, go do whatever it is you need to do so you can come up with that money to go to Africa. I'm not finna pay for some grown man to go to Africa. You a grown man. Like, how dare you come in here and ask another man for money to fund your trip to Africa? Fam, go out here and do something strange for a little bit of change if that's what you need to do so that you can get whatever it is that you need. Like, you gonna come on a live stream and ask a grown man, to borrow some money so you could take a trip, family? Bro, I'll pay you back $2,000 when I get back. Like, bro, let me tell you something. See, this goes back to what I was telling you earlier. Bro, I'm from Chicago. You need to keep swiping up and find one of these live streams, one of these middle Americans who you can scam, who don't know no better, that's living like North Dakota or Idaho, who don't know any better. I'm from the crib, bro. Like, you think it's sweet? See, I had to switch up the talk. See, he heard me talking all articulate and business shit. He thought I was from Montana or some shit, bro. I'm from the crib, bro. But you think it's sweet? You think I'm a goofball, Jamal? You think I'm goofy? Like, first of all, I'm not loaning no grown man. I don't know you. Second of all, I'm damn sure ain't giving no grown ass nigga no money to go take a trip. We know you not taking a trip. You scamming, bro. There's plenty of goofies on YouTube that you can go find that super whatever that shit called, Cash App you, whatever it is, and you'll stain them and run out. We know how y'all get. You tweaking, boy. You tweaking. You got the wrong channel, bro. Listen, you got the wrong channel.
You tweaking.
All right? Stop tweaking over here, boy. Go find you one of them channels where you can go tweak and get one of them goofies. What's a smart way to aggressively pay off an asset and still cash flow the business? Increase your gross revenue. Earn more money so you can appropriate more money into paying off that asset. you was going to Africa. Okay, I mean, you know, condolences if you telling the truth, but $427 ain't hard to come by, big dog, in 2024. You smell me? $427 ain't hard to come by in 2024. No, you didn't need. That's light work. You got a car? Man, go out and you should have some apps, man. Go out and do some Grubhub or something. I'm pretty sure you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you'll get it, big dog. Man, you know, if what you telling me is true, you know, my condolences, man. I hope you get there. You know what I mean? But I just can't do it because, you know, where I'm from, you know, it sounds like it could be a stain. Grubhub and Uber banned me. See, that's what I'm saying. Why did they ban you, big dog? What did you do to get banned? And if they banned you, what makes you think that you gonna run me my chin out back? You dig what I'm saying? How do I know you gonna run my chin out? How you get banned from Grubhub, fam? Yeah, I know he trolling, so I'm gonna troll back with him.
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but
I'm
the
gonna troll
wife
back
be
with
my
him.
girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know what y'all been told. Show that little back on the map. What's up? That's what happening. And you know I keep flirt. 17, 5, same color t-shirt. What's happening? I'm the man. Bitch, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I'm hustling. Got units in the city. If you want it, come and get it. Work.
See, that's the problem. You ain't got no units in the city, Andrew. You got to get you some units in the city so that you can have $427 so that you can go to Africa. I'm telling you, a trip to Africa gonna be more than $427. All right, maybe, hopefully, that's all you need. Hopefully, you got the rest. But you know, if you ain't trolling, I hope you get it. But if you is trolling, then man, this ain't the channel, bro. I'm gonna. If I choose you, I can match that shit. Yeah, get you some units in the city, Andrew. Andrew Collier gotta get him some units in the city. Shout out to Ivan Tony. What I think about starting a box truck business and a step band, a 22-foot step band, you're not gonna be able to do OTR because 22 feet ain't big enough. You could probably do some. You can't even do no curbside big and bulky or no curbside. Probably start a moving company with a 22. You could do up to 2 or maybe a small 3-bedroom. But other than that, none of those other opportunities are gonna allow you to run with a 22-foot truck. It's just don't meet the minimum requirement for what those opportunities offer. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? Can you buy an MC and DOT that someone don't use anymore? Well, if they don't use anymore, then it's gonna be like starting over again. Definitely wouldn't mind getting a mentor. Well, just continue to watch the channel. You get all the information you need on the channel out of the old content and some of the live streams. You know, each live stream we focus on different shit. You know what I mean? So you just gotta stay in tune, bro. You know, doesn't hurt to go back and watch some of the old shit either. It is what it is. All right, so man, we out of here. Peace.
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know what y'all been told. sub, that's what happening. And you know I keep flirt. 17.5, same color t-shirt. So what's happening? I'm the man, bitch, I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I'm hustling. Got units in the city. If you want it, come and get it. Work, whoa, bitch, I'm the man.